Kelly.
Oi.
Welcome to the podcast.
Yay.
I have to twist your arm now every time
No.
to get you in on the podcast, don't I? Back in the day.
Well, I just don't have time. And then when I have time, I probably want to do something else.
Like sleep, huh?
Yeah. That's my number one priority at the moment.
So I wanted to drag you in here today into my lair, into my office, to my boudoir, to talk to you about three different things. So we'll do 3 episodes, I reckon.
Okay.
The first one we can talk about what we've just recently done, which is what?
We moved houses.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you want to introduce that situation, how and why that happened? And then we can talk about, I guess, the process of what we had to do, who we had to sort of organize to help us, how we chose a new house. We can talk about all that sort of stuff. And hopefully this will help listeners who are in a similar situation, or maybe if they come into Australia and they're like, I want to rent an entire house. How do I do it?
Yeah.
You'll learn about the sort of the vocabulary, the English vocab that's related to this stuff. But yeah, so what happened, Kelly? We were living
In Ocean Grove.
happily ever after in Ocean Grove.
Yes. And then I got a phone call from the agent, from the people who manage and organize the rental for the property we're renting. Not exactly for us, but mostly for the owners.
They were sort of the manager of the entire district, weren't they?
Yeah,
They weren't
sort of
our
thing.
direct realtor.
Yeah. And he just said that the owners wanted the house back because... No, he actually didn't explain it to me. They explained it to you. But the first thing was, we just giving you notice that we need a house back.
By February the 8th.
By February
you need to
the
be
8th.
out. You need to be gone. Get your stuff. Pack your things. Get out.
And you guys need to leave. And if you need any assistance, let me know. And then,
Check our website out. If you need
Pretty much,
help,
that's the
finding
assistance.
anywhere else, just go to our website. Thanks, mate.
And I actually gave him a call later, just like, we do need some help. And he was like, have you had a look on our website? And I'm like, I surely did.
There are only 2 houses in
The
Ocean
help
Grove
I
that you're
wanted
renting.
was, if you know about a property that is like suitable for us, like 4 rooms and all the things we wanted, can you please give me a call? That's the sort of thing I thought he would offer. Anyway, and then from that, we just decided, well, let's do it as soon as we can because we'll have a baby very soon. And
So that was the sort of, sorry to interrupt you, that was the sort of situation we were put in where I think it was a weird situation because he called me after speaking to you and was telling me, you guys need to move out by the 8th. The owners want the house back because they want their son to move into the house. So our assumption here is that the son of the landlords that we had, the people who own the house, maybe got a job or wanted to move down to Ocean Grove because I think they're from Melbourne.
Yeah.
We don't know the specifics, but that's what I imagine.
yeah.
And it's going to be much more affordable for their son if he's renting from the parents, assuming they even want him to pay anything.
Absolutely.
To live in Ocean Grove, which is a pretty expensive suburb now and very popular. So we were like, okay. And I think that turned out to be the only way that they could evict us, effectively.
Well,
When we haven't done anything. It was that the family they're either selling the house and even then I think they can't necessarily evict us. They just pass the house over to the next owners.
the whole thing was he didn't say that this would be an agreement, like a sort of, can you help me out here and I'll help you out.
Well, it was illegal, effectively.
It was basically
At least
illegal.
They couldn't push us out legally because of the restrictions on evictions due to COVID.
Yes.
So we said, I think we contacted him again and we're like, are we getting an official notice from you guys that say we need to be out within 60 days just so that we can use this for our next rental applications and show why we're moving out and everything.
Yeah.
And he was like, in an email to us, was like, oh, well, legally we can't get you to leave.
But
And
we
were like,
didn't
"What?"
know that. We only, there was a funny thing. Like I went to this, get together, like the neighbors organized some like Christmas get together. So
in the court,
court, yeah. And then I was telling one of the ladies like, oh, it's been really stressful. We have to move out. And she was like, I'm pretty sure they can't just kick you out. Like
at the moment.
At the moment. I mean, they have every right to want their house back, but they should be clear about what is actually happening. And then later on, she came with her friend who is a
real estate agent.
Real estate agent. And this lady was saying, they have to, it's not just easy like that. Like if they want you out, there's this thing called VCAT.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have to go through all the criteria they have, and it usually takes 60 days from the day they give you notice, the day you receive the paper. If they can't send you an official notice, you just don't have any, you don't
have to move out.
You don't have to move out, basically.
Well, and that's why it was all very smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Cloak and dagger. We didn't really know what was going on, what rights we had, and it just felt like we were being thrown out and forced to move. And then when we realized this was the case of we can't do this legally, we would just love for you to leave the house soon, it became a thing of, wait, so effectively we're just doing you guys a favor.
Yeah.
And, the landlords a favor. So we don't have to move out. They can't legally get us to move out, but they would like us to. And in moving out, it's going to cost us thousands of dollars in terms of time off work, in terms of paying people, buying new things, paying people to move our stuff, time taken to move all the stuff, everything like that. And no one else in this three-way relationship between the real estate agent, the landlord, and us is actually having to go out of their way to do anything. Or it doesn't cost them any money. They still get paid either way. It's just us that need to effectively pay in order for the landlord's son to be able to move in 6 months earlier than they would be able to legally get us to move out.
Yeah.
So it felt very... we felt a bit used.
Pretty much. I don't... The issue wasn't you guys have to leave. Like we actually wanted to leave the house. Not so soon, but like we were, we had spoken about it a few times. Like, oh, I should find another place.
Do you want to explain why that was?
Just the house was old, and like we had one air conditioner. Initially, we didn't have any air conditioning, but they installed one which couldn't reach a Noah's room. So we would be, nice and cool in the living room.
It would cool the living room down and our bedroom down, but it wouldn't go around the corner. The air wouldn't easily go around the corner to cool down Noah's room on really hot nights.
And
we'd have to set up those fans. You're going to tell them that story. We'd have to set up these two fans. So like those plastic white fans that blow air.
From Kmart.
We'd set up one going from the living room pointing into our bedroom.
Yeah.
And then a few meters in front of that one, turning an angle and pointing through the door to Noah's room, we would set it up as well. And just have it going full ball.
And it's still not work. It was just really hard for him. I remember I think a few days before we moved, that we had a very hot night, and I ended up with him in the couch. He had a nap. Honestly, he only had a nap because he was just so uncomfortable, and I didn't sleep the whole night. It was just like, this is too hot. And so that was one thing. At least for me, like I just need a place that is a bit cooler, and we can have newer sort of infrastructure. The other thing I think is it's like a holiday house, so it's very open and very like I don't know, it needed a lot of work around, like with the plants and things and
the garden.
Yeah, it's just a bit too much.
It was a very weird house too in terms of its position on the block.
Yeah.
Because it had kind of been put on the block. The block of land was effectively, I guess, a rectangle or a square, and it had been put diagonally across the block. So the gardens were very weird shapes. So you would have this kind of like Pac-Man type garden area at the front that wrapped around the front of the house. And then at the back, there was another area, but it was pretty impossible to use because it was just a garden clothesline and a shed. And then there was concrete everywhere, but it was like the concrete wasn't really useful. You couldn't, it wasn't a big enough space to really put anything like a table and everything. So it was very strange setup.
A very weird, way to use the area. But anyway, that was like just an old house. And, but again, back to the story, like I didn't have any problems with them wanting the house back.
Yeah.
The thing was, he wasn't clear and honest about the circumstances from the start.
And the help that he offered was very, very weak. Like it was kind of, if you need help, just check our website out. And if you want any of the houses that we have there, we'll set you up. And you're like, whoa.
And then, it was just really not okay.
We should probably mention the effect of COVID too on renting down in the rental market.
The thing is, we needed help because there weren't many properties on the market in Ocean Grove.
It went to completely zero during summer because of all the people from Melbourne moving away from the city because of COVID. And as a result, so there were the market was sort of saturated, demand had gone through the roof and supply had dropped. So there was effectively bugger all houses.
Yeah.
And also as a result of that, everyone was putting the prices up.
Yeah.
Ridiculously.
That's ridiculous. The houses that were available, we couldn't afford to rent.
Well, it was a step down and they were more expensive. So the house we were in, for you guys, transparency-wise, cost us $450 a week to rent. And it was a 4-bedroom home in Ocean Grove. And so that was a really good price. A similar house that had been constructed across the road that went on the market but didn't have aircon in it.
Yeah.
The first week, when it was the first price it was put up at, was $650 a week. So it was $200, almost half as expensive as our rent again on top.
Yeah.
And it was the same sort of old house that they just sort of chopped up, moved down from wherever it was and then put back together and renovated the interior.
Yeah, it looked really nice.
But the crazy thing is it disappeared after a week too, right?
I know. Who is
someone
this
rented it out.
willing to pay so much for a house with no air conditioning in Ocean Grove?
Yeah, on the corner of 2 busy streets.
Yes.
It was insane.
Anyway, so... yeah, it was just frustrating the way they handled the whole thing. So we basically just wrote to them saying, look, we are fine. We want to move.
Yeah.
We want to move out. The thing is, we can't find anything suitable right now.
Well, and the trouble was not finding anything nearby, right?
Yeah. Because the good thing about the house we were renting, it was like literally, 5 minutes from your parents' place?
100 meters.
Yeah.
Like literally 100 meters from my parents' house. You could walk into the front yard and see the top of my parents' house up the hill. And so Kel, not driving, could just walk up there with Noah. They could come down. They would come down 2 or 3 nights a week for dinner. And my sister and her family lived probably twice as far away, so maybe 200 meters, towards the east. And so you could, again, just walk there. They could come to us. We'd see them walking their dogs past our house all the time.
That was the main thing, I think, for us, being able to live so close to them. And now that we are expecting another baby, we're like, we might as well just stay here because they will definitely help us out. And then, it all changed. So we were trying to find a place as close as we could, around Ocean Grove, but it was just not. Yeah. Easy.
There were it was such a difficult situation because you would find other houses, but they would usually be 3-bedroom houses, very small. We also wanted a closed garage, a double garage that we could use for storage. I could have a home gym. We just have extra space, like another big room. And a lot of these houses didn't come with them because they're old holiday houses. And then on top of that, you just had heaps of people wanting to rent them. So you would go to some of these houses and there would be, a dozen groups of applications, effectively, groups of people applying for the houses.
Just luck, apparently, because there was this one house was it Ocean Grove or Oakdean?
Oakdean, but it's out the back. That's a sort of little suburb, a new estate that's been built out the back of Ocean Grove. We
really liked the house and we were very positive. Like we even offered more money, and like we pay 6 months in advance and all that because, it was relatively close and within the same area and,
we missed out.
Nice house. And I was so sure we would get it. I was like, that's definitely, a win. Then the guy just sent me an email that our application wasn't successful. I was just like, sorry, closer?
Yeah,
sorry.
Bring it closer to your mouth.
That's when I was like, it might be a bit harder than I
Yes.
think to get a house.
And I hated being part of the problem too, but you kind of, to give yourself a competitive edge, you kind of had to offer more money.
Yeah.
You kind of had to try and sweeten the deal. You had to say, okay, well, it's $450 a week, or we'll offer you $460 a week.
But that's something anyone can do. It's not as if we were trying to, be...
No, of course. But I mean, that's the reason that the other rental prices are all going up as well, because you end up with someone coming down and offering way more than others can afford. So
it's crazy.
So what did we end up doing? We didn't get that house. We just kept applying. We put in applications using the websites online like realestate.com.au and that domain.com.au. You can use those sorts of websites. You can survey the different suburbs nearby. You can, sort of filter them by price, location, age, all that sort of stuff. So we were looking for a 4-bedroom house that was pretty new, had all of the sort of creature comforts like heating and cooling and especially a garage. Yeah, exactly. And the good thing is that on the Bellarine Peninsula and around Geelong, there are a lot of those new estates that have popped up. Yeah. And people have bought all these houses, pretty cheap houses, and then rent them out to try and sort of invest, I guess. So there were loads of those. And the thing we had to sort of work out was that trade-off of, do you want a crappier house but in a really nice place, or do you want a really good house but it's in the middle of nowhere and you have to drive 10 or 20 minutes to get to where we were previously?
We actually got one.
We got
approved. And the house was nice but tiny, and it was really far. Where was it again?
Finesford, on the other side of Geelong. So it was about 35 minutes, 40 minutes from where we were living previously.
So we were like, if you don't get anything else, we might just settle for this one. But then the whole process went really fast, and I think within a couple of days we got a call. Oh yeah,
you've been approved.
We've been approved, and we were like, actually,
we're waiting on 3 others to come back.
I felt so bad, but I think I imagine they're used to it. They're used to it. And then
you kind of have to hedge your bets, right? That was the unfortunate and annoying thing about it. You would apply to 10 different houses and there'd be a kind of hierarchical list that you would like, which house you would like the most, and then the next one's down. Yeah. We tried holding out for the one in Ocean Grove that Kel was just talking about and sort of cancelled on this other one, and then got told we weren't approved for the one in Ocean Grove, and we were like, damn, okay.
Then we lost both. Yeah. Because one, so...
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
So we ended up with this one in Curlewis, right?
Yeah, so we came for... we should mention that we were going for inspections. That's what we do. Like what you... Before you even apply, I think you have... It depends on the agency, but you usually have to... visit the place, like have an inspection.
Well, so you can apply at any time, whether you've seen the house or not, but you can't get approved until you've set foot in the house, I believe. Yes,
that's it.
Yeah.
So we came to see this one where we are currently, and we loved it. And the house was really nice and quite spacious. Very bright and cool inside.
Lots of room. It was bigger than our previous house. We had the double garage. The good thing too is the backyard is kind of enclosed, so that the house on either side has fences that block the back garden off, so that we can, if we were to ever buy a dog, it wouldn't get out. Noah can play in the backyard. It had a little deck. It had a sand pit. And it was interesting too, because we offered more money. I think we offered them an extra $15 a week.
Yeah.
So we were like offering them $460 a week and to pay us 6 months up front. And despite declining that offer, they still approved us for the house.
Which was really nice.
You don't need to do that. The house is yours.
It was really nice because I think they imagined that we were, really in love with the house and probably...
in a difficult position.
Yeah.
Young family.
But, we just moved and we had 2 weeks, a week to organize everything.
Well, the good thing is, so we moved in here on January the 25th, right?
Yes.
I think it was a Sunday.
It was Monday.
Yes. Okay, yeah. And then the good thing was we told the previous real estate agent of our old house, can we still have until the 8th of February to sort of just move everything across, take our time cleaning things, because it's just a real headache if we have to do it in a single day.
Oh, gosh, no.
So, we got approved. We had to wait until the 25th to get the keys to be able to move out. Kel had organised the removalists.
Yes.
Ocean Grove removalists. So, thumbs up to those guys. They were really great. If you guys are down in Ocean Grove and need removalists, get on those guys. They came really early. So they came at like 6:30,
7 a.m.
to start packing up the house. And the good thing is that you kind of just have to show them which stuff to take.
You probably want to pack up stuff and like have boxes so they can just carry stuff put stuff into the truck.
But they're getting paid by the hour, so they don't care how long it takes.
Yeah, exactly. But you might be, worried about how much it's going to cost in the end.
Yeah.
We were packing for ages, and then they just came in and put everything in the truck. It took like a couple of
5.5 hours.
5.5
So again, for transparency, because I know you guys will be thinking about moving houses, Kel was looking around and you found removalists that were like $350 an hour.
Yes.
And then you found these guys which were like $140 an hour.
140, yeah.
And so obviously we went with these guys because we wanted to save money, and doesn't really matter how much.
Which means that we probably got a smaller truck, and there were only 2 guys. I think, with 350, we probably would have 2 cars and a couple guys. But in saying that, they were just great. Yeah. So I don't think we missed on anything.
So I think the total cost was $770. I think it was 5.5 hours. So 5.5 times 140, whatever that was. So that was to move from Ocean Grove to Curlewis, which is about a 15-minute drive. Yeah. So pretty close. But yeah, for reference, if you guys have to think about moving and getting removalists, that's how much it can cost. It's probably more usually if you've got more guys, more trucks, and you're going longer distances.
I think, it depends. It depends on where you want to move to. Yeah. Anyway, so I had to organize that. And then the other thing was, we have to get some carpet cleaning services.
We have to get the carpets cleaned at the old house.
Yes.
So that we then return the keys to the old house. We return them to the real estate agent. And then I think they check the house. They make sure nothing's damaged. And then they will release the bond that we pay, which is that sort of usually a month's rent that you pay to, I think, the government. I'm not exactly sure, but it's effectively the government holds this money on behalf of the real estate agent and you, so that if anything in the house gets damaged, they can make a claim saying, well, we need some of this bond money or all of it to pay for the damage that the tenants did to the house. Usually it's within reason. Like if you scratch a wall or something, it's not going to happen. But if you were to smash windows or, completely destroy a bedroom or something, they're going to be like, well, we need to pay for it to be fixed. So we're hoping we get our bond back.
And that's why you have, inspections regularly, so they can see, months. If you're taking good care of the house and everything before we get to this point where you have to pay for damage. And then the other thing we had to organize was the
bills and everything.
Transferring across the water bill, gas, and the electricity.
That was pretty easy though, wasn't it?
It was the easiest part, honestly. It was just online. The water thing was a bit more confusing because they only had one form for both, like to cancel the old place and to activate a new one. But it only took like 2 days. Yeah. But the electricity and gas literally took me 10 minutes to do it. And
then internet.
Internet was a bit harder.
But it got sorted in the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you want internet straight away, probably contact your internet service early and tell them what's going to happen. Because I didn't realize, I thought I could just take my modem and then plug it in at the new house. But, obviously, stupid Pete, that's not how it works. You have to have your house specifically connected to the node locally. So it took a good 5 days with no internet. That was
we had
refreshing.
Phone sort of connection, but we couldn't work. Yeah. Because, Anyway.
I know, that's it. The double-edged sword was that we had phones, but the reception in this place is so bad that you need a modem and the internet to work well so that you can use your phone. Yeah. Because we went down, what is it? We've got like 4 or 5G nowadays.
3G.
And our phone has gone down to 2 bars on 3G. Yeah. So you can't even load up a YouTube video or email or anything. It's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So after that, I think we just decided to, we got approved and moved and everything. So we were just left with the job to organize the house and make it nicer.
I hope we get to keep our new real estate agent too, because she is awesome. So Nikki.
Yeah.
From, I've forgotten, Stocko and Lego. I don't know how to say it.
Stockland?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, but they're absolutely incredible. At least she's been incredible so far.
And the house is great. Noah's loving it so far.
He didn't even blink.
Well, yes, I think the first day in the mornings, he gets a bit confused because when he gets out of his room, he walks the other way towards the door.
Yeah.
The other door. Instead of coming towards the front door, instead of coming towards the kitchen.
That's probably because he wants to go straight to the car.
No, it's because on the other house, that's the way he would walk when he left his room. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But today he didn't do it. So I think he's getting used to it.
But he must have had his mind blown, because I think on the day we were moving, we took him to daycare, didn't we? He went to daycare, or he got taken care. He went to daycare, yeah.
He went to daycare and came back. We were in a different place.
Yeah, but all the stuff was in a new house.
Yeah.
So he effectively left in the morning whilst all the stuff was in the house, in the old house, and then when he got picked up, he got taken to a new location, but all the stuff was in the house.
Pretty much.
So, but he didn't blink. He
slept really well, and he's been so happy playing. And the thing I love the most about this house is the play area. Like there's this little living.
It's like a second lounge room.
Yeah. Where I just put like toys, and I'm trying to make it really nice.
Kel kidnapped that room. She sequestered it and turned it into a kid's room.
I need some, So he's
now we just need a fence to lock him away.
We actually do need a fence. So it's been great. I love the house. I love the like new sort of clean look that it has, and it's just now it's annoying because you see so many boxes around and you're like, oh, I still have to unpack this and organize that.
Some good advice is probably unpack every single box that you bring to the new house as soon as possible and organize it all right. Because otherwise you end up with thinking later on, oh, where's this damn thing? And you realize you've still got 10 boxes in the garage or something. So
and there's still
after
things
a day
I
or
can't
two,
find.
We've got like 1 or 2 boxes, I think. So we still need to go through a handful.
Okay.
But that's the most annoying part, I think, that everything is in a new place.
I think we did pretty well though. Like your office is pretty much done.
Yeah.
And other things. But there are things I'm still looking for. Like a few, kitchen stuff and other I can't find them. So they must be somewhere. And I just don't know where they are. Anyway,
So well, I guess that's the update on moving house. The last thing is that we have about, I think, a week from today to fix the old house, or not fix it, but fix it up, sort it out, clean it. We've pretty much done all of that. We just have to get the carpet cleaners to come in and then hand the keys back, and that's it. We can
clean the windows and stuff.
Yeah. It's going to be weird though, going to mum and dad's and seeing our old house down there with different people in it.
Oh, yeah. So weird. It is weird. And moving to a new place and not knowing the neighbors, because I got used to knowing pretty much everyone around the area we were living at.
Thanks to Noah,
because he likes to walk and spend most of his time outside if he can.
And waves to everyone and wants
tradies
to
and
see
things.
Everyone.
So now I go outside and I'm like, I don't know this person. Like I wouldn't, be visiting the neighbors at the old place, but I at least would, this is the guy who lives across the road and he has 2 kids. I knew that.
It just takes time. But do you want to maybe quickly talk about then, before we finish up, the feel of the neighborhood here? How does it compare to Ocean Grove, and how does it compare to Brazil? Like as an outsider that's kind of come in, how would you describe where we're living and how it feels?
It feels really, really safe and fancy.
Why fancy?
Because
the houses or the streets?
The houses and the streets and the surroundings. Because I'm from, an area in Brazil where, I've never had, money, like a lot of money to say like,
we still don't.
I live in a very nice place. It wasn't horrible, but it was just, the houses look very, very different because you have walls in front of the houses. Like you don't have this open sort of front yard that you guys have here. And if you if you
With
knock
no
on the
fence.
door, you just literally inside the house. If I open, you're inside the house. Whereas in Brazil, you have at least 2 other gates to go through, and then you are inside the house.
Okay.
So that's one thing that's very different. The parks you have here and playgrounds as well.
Well, the good thing is with these new developments, I think they try and make a lot of these roads sort of convoluted and windy and stuff because it slows cars down so that not every single road is busy. So it's quieter.
Yeah, it's very quiet.
And then it's also safer for children to play in the streets and everything like that.
You see a lot of
as opposed to
them.
having these big main roads through the actual developments. But then they also try and maintain the features of the land and turn a few bits of it into parks and sometimes hold on to the trees. If there's big trees on the land where they're developing, they'll keep the big trees to try and really give you a bit, of a closer lifestyle with nature.
Yeah.
And so there tend to be parks within walking distance now in these
Yeah, we have a
developments, which is
little
great.
one in front of our house, which has a little playground. It's not, the best, but
Something.
it is good enough because I had to walk probably 15 minutes before to take Noah to a playground. And in saying that, he doesn't actually play yet. Like he goes down the slide and that's it.
But it's just nice to have grass.
It's just nice to
somewhere for
have
him
an area
run.
where he can kick a ball or just like go for, run and stuff. That's very different from Brazil. And then
What about the gang of children on scooters here? What do you think of
a
that?
group of boys, they're always outside just playing and
Kel was always like, she keeps seeing these kids. I see them every single day now. Or they've probably gone back to school today, I think.
yeah, I actually saw them this
In their
morning
school
going
uniform.
back to
Yeah, but there's probably about 4 or 5 of them going around and around and around the streets here because there's kind of this square with the park in the middle of it where we live, and the street, you can see the 4 sides of the park with different streets, and they would just go round and around it on their scooters or bikes or
that's true.
skateboards. And Kel was like, is this what you used to do when you were growing up? And I'm like, yeah, pretty much. You would just go out and find your mates, and you can see all the mums sitting in front of the houses at times and then calling their kids in and being like, come on.
Well, there was one boy that actually, I think he got in trouble the other day because I was outside with Noah and one of the boys was like, I don't know his name. Your mom's looking for you. She's on the other street. And he was like running and just trying to catch up with her.
I thought it was like he was yelling out, that's not my mom.
Oh, yeah, because one of the boys thought the little one was talking to him. And he was like, this is not my mom. Yeah. And I was like, oh, no, it's mine. And then, so the neighborhood's quite different. I think we see a lot more immigrants around here, whereas in Ocean Grove, pretty much old couples or like
It's very waspy, as my dad says. What is it? White, Anglo-Saxon, Protestant. So they tend to be it's probably because the suburbs are kind of these suburbs are sort of far away from the cities. And so you end up with these retirees who have a lot of money and they're probably retired in the last, 20 or 30 years ago. And so it's getting more and more diverse.
Yeah. That's it. I think we made a good choice. And
if you guys are coming to Australia and you're going to get a job in Melbourne, maybe see if you can work from home or get one in Geelong and just come live down the Bellarine Peninsula. It's great. Your kids will love it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. We are loving this place, so.
Yeah. All right, cool. We can finish up there and we can talk about bilingual babies and what's wrong with Joanna in the next episodes. But thank you, Kelly. That went for a while.
I know. What time is it? Jesus.
See you guys.